Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, April 25th, and I'm here at the desk as always on a Saturday. Michael Taylor, glad to be with you on this last weekend of April. April's headed out. We're getting towards May. I'll be here next time you see me on a Saturday. I think it's May 1st, right? All right, there you go. Well, we've got a great show for you. Let's stop talking about days and months and that kind of thing. Let's get right to the show. We got a good one. We're going to be welcoming the folks from Hoag Medical, and it's going to be talking to Dr. Yuichi Ishida and Dr. Howie Tran, and that'll be Bree doing that interview for us. So she's going to be talking to them about the latest things going on over there at Hoag. And then the gold standard company, Ford Swift. Bree gets to talk to him too. I don't get to talk to anybody today, just to you guys, just to the camera. But Ford Swift's going to be here talking about what he does in terms of gold, jewelry. You might have some treasures in your house that you don't even know about. Well, Ford's the guy to bring it to and talk to about either selling that or maybe consignment work and those kinds of things. So a little later on the program with Bree on that one as well. Right now, though, we want to keep you informed, and we got a good one. We got a very important one. The new fire station planned for Laguna Woods. It's been in the works for a long, long time. I've been talking about it forever, but the new fire station is planned for Laguna Woods as part of an effort to strengthen emergency response coverage and meet the growing service demand. So Orange County Fire Authority are the ones who are going to be putting this together. They're the ones who got it going, and it's going to be for the Central Park. Coverage maps are going to be presented at the Orange County Fire Authority that also show that adding a second station would significantly expand the area that can be reached within 5 minutes, improving response times across the community. The fire station that serves this community right now is one of the busiest in all of Orange County, so they definitely have needed this for a little while, and looking forward to seeing when that's going to be coming online. You know, it's going to be 2029 before it really opens up, but the planning is done, and it looks like it's going to be happening, folks, so finally. Take a check of our weather before we get to the break and get to the regular rest of the show. We got some cloudy conditions today, maybe a little chance of rain today, but definitely a chance of rain tomorrow on Sunday with 60% in the forecast there. So don't be surprised if we get some raindrops today as well, but we definitely have a bigger chance on Sunday for rain. We got partly cloudy on Monday, cloudy on Tuesday, and then partly sunny. Look at that, we're being optimistic. Partly sunny on Wednesday. We got temperatures in the low 60s for now, and moving to the mid 60s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So there you go. A little bit of rain this weekend, but then to clear out hopefully by the weekdays. Let's take a check of our sunrise, sunset. We've got a beautiful picture here. Thank you very much for sending this one in, Patricia Bailey. This is over in Laguna Beach, over at the park over there. Sunrise this morning was 6:08. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:29. If you have a picture you'd like to send us, we would love to see it. Absolutely. Pets, places, vacation spots are right here in the community. Email them to us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, it'll be Bree talking to the folks from Hoag Medical Center. Stay with us.
When it comes to life's most important medical challenges, where do you go? Welcome to the Hoag Institutes. Our top-ranked physicians are experts in diagnosing and treating the most complex medical conditions. Unparalleled expertise, world-class care, all within the Hoag Institutes, right here in OC.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Here to give us all the details about the Advanced Heart Failure Program at Hoag, I welcome Drs. Howie Tran and Yuichi Ishida. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you two?
Good. Thanks for having us here.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I know this is a really important topic. I've known people personally who have suffered from advanced heart disease, and we kind of want to get to the surrounding benefits and everything that Hoag is offering in terms of this disease. But what I want to get to first is all about you two.
Great.
We've shared just a little bit of a conversation before our segment, and your lives have been parallel a little bit and kind of overlapping, and now here you are again and working together over at Hoag. Dr. Howie, tell us how you got led into this field.
Great question, Bree. And Yuichi and I spent some time in San Diego. He was training, I was a faculty member, and so we knew that this was a space that we could potentially really collaborate on here in Orange County when he landed about 8 months ago, and I've been here for about 6 weeks ago. But if you were to rewind the whole story all the way back to medical school and cardiology training, heart training and all that, I was fascinated with taking care of the sickest patients. I knew what really got me excited and what got me up in the morning was knowing that I was going to the ICU, knowing that somewhere in the community, I trained at Brown University, so I knew somewhere in the community of Providence, there was somebody who was going to get really sick. And either they're in the hospital already or they're in the community, but I knew that they were going to come, they're going to hit our ER, they're going to come to our cath lab and into the ICUs, and I'd be the one taking care of them. And that got me really excited about cardiovascular disease. Dr. Kadar was here talking about all the different disciplines of cardiology. We're where the buck stops. We're the ones that really take care of the sickest patients with cardiovascular disease. And that's why I stuck with it. And I did a lot of my training out on the East Coast, came back to the West Coast in UC San Diego for my last leg of training, and that was transplant cardiology. And so that's what I've loved for the last 12 years, building that program in San Diego. And now we're bringing it to Orange County, where I'm from.
You come full circle.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What a great story. I want to touch more on that a little bit later. But Dr. Iishi?
Yes. So for me, that I wanted to be a surgeon since when I was like 8 or 10-year-old. I think it fascinated me that the hand coordination and like sewing meticulously. And then you have to solve the problem and you have to think a lot. That all fascinated me. So I wanted to be a surgeon. I did my general surgery training first, and then I still like to do like hand sewing meticulously. So that kind of led me to a cardiac surgery journey. But originally I'm from Japan. I lived in California in my childhood. But I graduated med school in Japan and worked for 2 years, but then came to United States for surgical training. And I did my cardiac surgery training in a UCSD, UC San Diego, and that's where I met Howie and worked together. After that training, I went to Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, and I practiced for 6 years at the high volume center, and I took care of a lot of the advanced heart failure patients, which we're gonna talk about it. And then now I'm excited that I had this great opportunity to start the program and in Orange County and serve the community.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's talk about the program, and I'm glad that your paths crossed again. It's nice to have you both here. But let's go back to the basics now and talk about what exactly is heart failure.
Yeah, I'll take this question. It's a wonderful question. I think a lot of the viewers would think as well too, heart failure, what a terrible name, right?
Yeah.
It's really the heart hasn't stopped. It's really not working. So I tend to call it heart dysfunction, or that the heart's just not doing its thing. And just like in nature, the heart's a pump. So when anytime a pump in nature doesn't work, then pressure builds up, the volume builds up. Well, in our heart, in our body, the blood backs up to the lungs. The blood can back up to our gut, and the pump isn't doing its job. So a lot of our patients will start to have symptoms of shortness of breath because the lungs are just so full of volume and pressure. Yeah. And these patients can't lay down flat. They oftentimes will have multiple pillows just so they can breathe a little bit better when they're laying in bed. Or they'll lay in their recliner and get that head of the recliner up a little bit as well too. Our patients tend to swell up a little bit. So there are a lot of reasons as to why the heart is dysfunctioned. And previously in other iterations of interviews, there are electrical reasons, there are plumbing reasons, there are carpentry reasons and structural reasons. But what's very attractive about what we do is that we're basically the contractor. We're trying to figure out generally what's really going on, who done it, and why is the heart so weak, so that we can have a better sense of how to help our patients moving forward with whatever therapy. So heart failure is a term that we all use. It's all in media and science, but it's really a dysfunction heart, and figuring out why the heart's not pumping the way that it should.
Dr. Howie, does that come from childhood, childbirth, or is that something that's progressive, that happens to older age?
Yeah.
Is there any differentiation about
Great question. And
who it happens to.
yeah, it's a
Really.
wonderful question, because when you see patients, I have patients who are in 19, 20, they're young 20s.
Really?
I have patients into their 70s and 80s. Dr. Yoshida does a fair amount of bypass surgery as well too, in patients who have coronary disease. So when Dr. Mila and Dr. Kadar were here, they were talking about plumbing issues. If the stents don't work or the patients aren't candidates for stents, then they could be candidates for bypass surgery, which Dr. Yoshida, Dr. Sun perform. So that's one flavor of heart dysfunction, is that the plumbing isn't working so well. Well, there's a big group of patients that are born with genetic abnormalities and mutations that can cause their heart to be weak as well too. And with our advanced heart failure program, this new program at Hoag, we're going to dive really deep into taking a look at those types of etiologies or reasons as to why the heart is so weak.
Right.
So it's a huge gamut of what we're born with, what we're exposed to. A lot of coronary disease is based on our diet, based on our genes, and based on smoking and some of these other unhealthy habits as well too. But at the end of it, it's we sit down, Yuichi and I talk about who done it and how do we fix it.
Right. Well, that brings me to my next question, Dr. Yuichi. When the standard treatments are no longer enough, what additional options are available?
Yeah, so if patients are struggling even with the optimized medical therapy, then the next option would be a surgery called LVAD. It's a left ventricular assist device. So LVAD is a small pump that's that attached to the heart and then suction the blood and then kind of help circulate the blood into the body. So we sew the graft into the aorta, that's the big artery coming out of the heart. And then you assist the LVAD will assist the circulation. And your patient will have a drive line coming out of either side of the abdominal wall. That'll be the kind of battery charger cable.
Oh, really?
And this LVAD it will help kind of energy, improve the energy, breathing, and the quality of life. And in many cases, it helps live them longer.
Does it seem odd to have something like that inside your body? How big is the device?
About maybe smaller than my fist.
From the images, it looks pretty large.
Yeah, it's on a,
Yeah.
But it'll be inside of the chest, so patient won't be able to feel it.
Well-
The only thing they can see is the driveline cable, which is probably like size of my index finger.
And so they literally have to plug themselves in.
Right, yep.
They'll have battery packs that they'll wear, and they oftentimes, our patients will have these vests that they wear too. I have a pair of patients who I'm very fond of. They're 40-year-old guys, both guys, one in Vegas and one out here in Costa Mesa. And they have these vests. It's almost like fishing vests. So they walk around. You don't notice the batteries, and it's a situation where it's uncomfortable at first, but within the first couple of days, our patients tend to get used to it.
No, they don't sleep with these devices or the battery packs, do they?
No, they can take it off and then they can just plug in the cable. They don't have to wear this battery pack or anything.
Medical science is fascinating, isn't it?
It's great.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
And listening to these stories is fantastic, because you start to hear stories of 40-year-old guys who can barely walk from here to outside the studio, or walking to the parking lot is a chore for a lot of these patients.
Right.
And patients shouldn't feel that way. They shouldn't feel so limited, especially when
Right.
they're so young.
Exactly. Yeah. It sounds like the quality of life really improves
Yes.
with this device.
Yeah. We have. I have a patient that I walked the 5K with, 3 miles with in Vegas, the rock and roll. So those are the types of things that our patients are able to do with this device. We joke around. He's so young. We joke around that he's Iron Man, and having this type of device just powering him.
I can see that.
yeah.
So what are some of the symptoms that people should be watching out for?
Yeah, so the symptoms, most immediately, it's not a subtle situation. I think with coronary disease and some of the chest pain issues, that can vary. But with heart failure, it's not subtle. It is shortness of breath. It is the inability to take a full breath in because the heart isn't doing its job. It's swelling that can happen as well too. Someone's legs are just blown up and the abdomen's blown up because the heart's not pumping fluid or blood the way that it ought to. And so patients do feel it. So if patients in this community, if you start to have shortness of breath and if you've got a history of heart disease, it may be heart failure. If you've got some swelling in the legs or the abdomen swelling, it may be that. If there's discomfort laying down flat just watching TV, that may be due to heart failure as well too. So those are the cardinal symptoms that I take a look at. Some of the other symptoms would be palpitation sometimes lightheadedness and dizziness.
Sure. Dr. Tran, is that a gradual thing that happens, the leg swelling or the abdomen?
Wonderful question. Usually, the great majority of times, it's the left side of the heart that is injured and for some reason not doing what it's supposed to do. Then the first symptoms oftentimes are the lungs, because the lungs are right next to the heart.
Right.
And then through time, the patients are going to be able to see fluid back up and the extremities and the abdomen. And so that's through time, that's what we tend to see with a lot of our patients. At the advanced stages, our patients aren't able to eat well because they're so congested. Their appetite drops. They have early satiety, which means that meal that they used to be able to just eat fine, they'll eat half of it.
Not interested.
Yeah, because it's just very uncomfortable.
Interesting. Wow. So why should patients consider Hoag?
So Hoag, we brought together highly specialized team so that we can deliver top-tier advanced heart failure care here in Orange County without them traveling elsewhere.
Right.
Yeah, so and Yuichi and I talked a lot about this as well too. I grew up in Irvine, and I went to Woodbridge High School, and so shout out to any Warriors. But growing up in Irvine, I knew that there were, if I had a loved one that had to go to a hospital, we weren't going to go anywhere east of, let's say, the 5. We knew that. We weren't going to go at the time Irvine Medical Center. We were going to go Hoag.
Right.
And this cultural and community memory is so strong that if one were to be sick, it would be Hoag. And to me, the blessing is now I get the opportunity to come back full circle to work for an institution and a hospital that I loved growing up. And to bring that knowledge that we both have from San Diego and Iowa back to a true community hospital like Hoag is the true blessing.
Wow. Well, it's been a blessing having you two on the show today. Thank you so much for all of your knowledge and for helping the community.
Thanks for having
Thank you.
us.
Dr. Tran Yuishi, thank you. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
For some places, care is a service. At Heritage Point, it's a commitment. Located in Mission Viejo, Heritage Point offers an environment where residents feel known. This is where community thrives. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule your visit today.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Ford Swift with the Gold Standard is in the business of buying and selling jewelry that may no longer be of value for you. Here to tell us all the details, we welcome Ford Swift to the show.
Hi, thanks, Bree. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You've been on before.
Third time, yeah.
Is this your third time?
Third time's a charm.
Wow, well, you've got a lot of beautiful pieces that you've brought with you today. But first of all, let's sort of go back in time. Ford, how did you get into this business?
So my father was a watch dealer, a vintage watch dealer. And so I've been in the business literally my whole life. I was almost born at a watch show. So
how old were you when they first put one on you? When your parents?
Oh, when I first put a watch on? I don't even know. But I do remember I got my first really nice watch for an Easter present, and it was a Bulova, like a gold-filled Bulova. I was probably maybe 8 or 9 years old.
Aww,
yeah.
I bet you cherish that.
I do. I still have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, I've personally been to your office. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
not too
Yeah.
far away from here.
No, it's just down the street.
And so you probably would invite our viewers to come see you there,
I would,
right?
yes, please come
Wonderful.
visit, come check it out.
Wonderful. So you never deviated from the business at all. You've obviously expanded. You've got a gorgeous office space now. You're inviting clients there. So this isn't something that just sort of was a side hobby. This
Not
is
at
like-
all. This has been a lifetime passion of mine. It's funny because I know a lot of people, like when they're in college or graduating from high school, they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've always had that. I was very lucky to know what I wanted to do because I loved being in the business. Even though I was born into it, it was something that I was even more passionate about than even my family members.
So can you define that passion? Is it the art of watchmaking, or is it the stones themselves, or the artistry and the design? Maybe it was everything.
It is everything. I not only am I probably one of the best watch authenticators in the country, but I also am a master gemologist, and I also specialize in jewelry design as well. So I get to do like a treasure hunt every day when people bring me their items and I can tell them. And then I'm also like the good guy because I'm paying them money for things that they wouldn't that have been lost in their jewelry boxes forever, and giving them cash to do with whatever they would like to. And then if they have something that they're sentimental about, I can make it, redo it, repurpose it, and make it into something beautiful that they actually would wear or use. And then also I can do watch repair, I can do jewelry repair, anything in there. So all of the facets, I've got them covered, and I love doing it. Like I really love waking up and going to work.
Well, it's a new experience every day, isn't it?
It is totally a new experience every day. I never know what's going to walk in the door.
And isn't it funny? I find jewelry to be much like clothing, where the very old estate pieces are timeless.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Whereas the newer pieces, they sort of have a shelf life.
The newer pieces,
As far as
sometimes.
the designs, right?
Design, yeah, classic vintage jewelry definitely has a timeless.
Like you think Cartier.
Yes,
Right.
timeless, completely timeless. And then it's funny because some of their newer pieces kind of come and go. Like they came out with a Pasha watch that was really big in the 80s, and now it's kind of like not really a fast seller.
It was like sort of that flat one with the wide.
Well, the
link
tank is
change.
consistently the best. The tank and the Panther,
Yes.
the Santos
Yes.
are their classic. The love bracelet, which
Yes.
this is from 1973.
And that hasn't changed a
Never
bit.
changed. Yeah,
Yep.
they changed a little bit of the design on it just to make it a little more
Yep.
user friendly. But yeah,
And this one, I don't know the name of it, but
yeah, the interlocking.
yeah, that's
the
timeless also.
Totally timeless.
Wonderful. So if somebody has pieces that they want to come get an evaluation for, maybe sell it to you, you've brought some tools and devices here with you that actually measures
Yeah.
the gold value, diamond value, weight, so on and so forth. Tell us about what you brought.
This is an XRF machine, which is like about a $30,000 machine. So most people around here don't even have one of these. It tells the exact carat of gold it is or silver. It can also tell trace metals and other, like Rolex puts a particular alloy into their watches ever since 2000 something. And this will actually tell me if this has that, if the Rolex has that. So it can actually tell me if a Rolex is authentic or not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then this is a very advanced coin tester. It tests gold coins, bars, silver bars, gold coin, anything of like numismatic material. At the office, I have a technologically advanced diamond tester that will test if it's a diamond or if it's a lab diamond or if it's a moissanite or
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
That was too fragile to bring. I didn't want to bring it. A customer came in with just this. It looked like it had been it was a Rolex, but it was destroyed. And I picked it up and I looked at it and I'm like, I've never seen this before. And it was there was only one other one in existence. It was a Rolex Explorer, which was tested. Now Rolex Explorer is one of their bigger sellers, but there was only 10 of them made when Rolex tested the market for pilots. It's a pilot watch, and it had red writing on it on the dial, and there was only 10 of them made, and there was only one other in existence, and I had found the other one. It was worth about $200,000.
How did you find it?
Somebody brought it in, yeah, to see what it was worth, and they thought it was junk, and I told them, I was like, this is like so rare. This has to go into an auction.
Is that what happened to it?
Yeah, it did. It ended up selling for like $250,000.
Why was it so destroyed?
Originally that watch had a Bakelite bezel on it, the outside bezel, so it's very soft. So if you would hit it on something back then, the bezel was broken off of it. So we had to get a new bezel for it, which was impossible to find almost. But because I've been in the business so long, I have different connections to find all sorts of unique, unfindable things, basically. So yeah, we were able to fix it up a little bit, get it cleaned up, and off to auction.
Do you think it went into a museum?
I don't know where it went. I think it went to a private collector. It's probably a lot of those pieces end up in private collections.
So speaking of private collections, what types of merchandise are you looking for?
Anything. I mean, I'll take a look at anything, but mostly watches, jewelry, diamond rings. This beautiful little antique pin came in last week that's all painted. It's a French piece. It's from the 1800s. It's just beautiful, unique pieces. But it doesn't have to be unique at anything jewelry-wise or watch-wise or coins or whatever. Sterling silver flatware. I buy that too.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Fort. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's
Thanks
always
for having me.
so fun to talk to you and to see all the sparkly, pretty things you have.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Thanks. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
What would it feel like to hear better? Many people are trapped in the isolation of poor hearing and don't realize it. Even people that are wearing other hearing aids. No buttons to push or technology to fear. Artificial intelligence and these products do all the work. Don't settle for less. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a great movie for you for this Saturday for today. It is One Battle After Another. It's the Academy Award winner for Best Picture from the recent Oscars, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn. It's brought to us by Pacific Financial Planner. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. When their enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue their daughter and one of their own. That's a great movie. Sean Penn's the bad guy in that one. He plays a great guy in that one. It's really, really a fun movie. Hope you guys get to see that one on Saturday today, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Let's take a quick check of the forecast before we head out. And we got some kind of rainy conditions out there for us, folks. We might have a little showers today. We definitely have a bigger chance of showers on Sunday. So, keep the umbrella handy as you're going out and about. Temperature's going to be 62 today and 64 tomorrow. So on the cool side of things. And then on Monday, we have a kind of a clear out. No more rain in the forecast, and temperatures move up to the mid-60s. Okay, folks, Monday on the program, Fit Brain Club going to be here. I'll be here as well. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.